I like this Dave guy.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah. He's really done his research.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Completely lost. We're trying to get to Jamaica.
Come on, lovebirds, it's this way.
Whoa, we are not flying through this crazy death trap of a city.
Just stick close to me and everything will be all right.
Elizabeth, Kumail, it's a pleasure to meet you today.
And ours. How are you?
Yeah, nice to meet you, Dave.
I'm doing very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, we're having fun talking about migration.
Yeah, great. Is that backdrop real? Is that building really out there?
It is real. I'm actually in Tokyo at the moment.
Wow.
Calling in from a hotel room.
Wow.
I know.
That's not down under.
That's not down under.
That's up over.
Migration is wonderful. I got a chance to see it a couple of weeks ago, and I really loved it. And you were both so terrific in this. You must have had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, it was very, very fun. You know, you have the freedom, like if you're doing a movie where they see you, you know, on my drive home is when I'm like, oh, that's how I should have done that scene. But here you have months really to figure out a character, and that freedom to like do something over. It's really great.
There's so many different ways they're doing voice recordings for these animated films now. Sometimes you're in the room together, sometimes someone could be at home recording. What was the process like of this one? Did you actually record together?
We never got to. We made a huge portion of this movie during the pandemic, and then we were on strike. So there was a lot of time sort of, separated. Frankly, waiting for the animation to come together too. The animation is so beautiful, and the detail is so gorgeous. They really did an incredible job. Benjamin Renner, our director, worked so hard on this film. And so we got to see it in stages, like the very beginning was just black and white sketches, animatics, and then the character grew along with us, I feel like, as we went along.
Does that pose any sort of, not problems, but
Challenges,
that's what I'm after, thank you. Does that cause challenges for you as performers, not being with I guess you're the leads of the film, not working together?
I do find it very challenging because when I'm acting, all I have is the other person, and I'm really going off of what they're doing and saying or whatever, so I really focus on the other person. And here, there's nobody else, so you're really imagining. I do find it very challenging. I kind of don't have the usual things I fall back on when I'm acting. So, and I also find it much more exhausting. Like if you're doing a movie, you're shooting at most 3-4 pages a day, Here you're doing 35, 40 pages a day. So, and there's really no downtime. With a movie, they're like setting up, next setup, 45 minutes off. Here you're just going
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think you share the energy on a set, right? So it gets dissipated in the right way, and that, you're kind of sharing energy. And in this, you're really like in a booth alone. You're doing, I remember I do a lot of movement. I do a lot of voice work in my bare feet. I like to feel the ground under me and like really be able to move around and get as physical as I can. And it's just, so at a certain point you're like, how ridiculous do I look in this booth by myself on my bare feet, like jumping up and down, flapping my wings, like literally flapping my wings.
It's very tough to pretend to be flying when you're in like a booth in Culver City.
Yeah, I can imagine. Look, this is a really quirky, funny, very clever film, very dramatic film as well at times. I think it suits both of your performance styles so well. What I love about your body of work together is that you are such great comedic performers. You're terrific dramatic performers as well.
I like this Dave guy.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah. He's really done his research.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have to do the research. I'm a big film fan, and I've watched pretty much all of your films and television work and everything. I am a big admirer of your works. I do have to say that. How much of yourselves were you able to throw into these roles? Like, is there a lot of improvisation for ad-lib, a lot of opportunity for ad-lib, improvisation, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, a lot. They really encourage ad-libbing and improvisation and finding your own way of saying things. So I think every session I did, there was always stuff that you're always trying stuff,
Yeah.
And it's hard because there isn't someone else to sort of improvise with you. But yeah, definitely a lot of exploration.
A lot of exploration. I found, I'm a mom. I have 2 kids myself. I thought a lot of Pam's sort of exasperation with the kids and just getting going, getting out of the pond, getting everybody like up. Oh gosh, and now we got to bring Uncle Dan. And I found it very relatable as a woman, Pam's entire notion of like, we have to leave the pond. This can't be it for life, wanting to challenge her kids and her husband and, to see more of the world and needing it for herself, needing to feel like she isn't just, put on this earth to take care of other people, that she has her own needs to explore and have adventure and have excitement, in her life. And she really finds it on this trip, boy. And I think there's a great reversal towards the end of the movie where, she really relies on her husband to take the reins and show off a little bit. And I love that she inspires the family to go on this trip.
I love that. I loved all those elements of it. It really is such a sweet film. Do you feel like you can go bigger and crazier with your performance in something like this when you're not on camera and you can just sort of
I think it's required when it's something like this.
I think you have to, yeah.
There's no room for subtlety as the duck, like, getting chased by a chef.
Yes, yeah, and flying
So
around
you're not
and
foie
stuff.
gras.
You really have to like go for it.
Yeah.
And for me, that was another adjustment. When you're on camera, you really need to have your feet on the ground. With this animation, you really kind of have to, go for it, go big.
You've both done quite a lot of animated performance in your body of work. What is it about these roles that draws you to them?
Well, I think animation is such an incredible art form. It's such a great way to tell stories, and especially for young people. But I also, growing up, was in love with so many animated movies, and it's something I love being able to pass to my kids. I'm thrilled every time a new animated movie comes out. Like, this art form is not going anywhere. In fact, it's just getting cooler, better. The technology's getting more amazing. So I'm always proud to be part of something that I know families get to go and enjoy and hopefully make a mark on their childhood in the way that animation did for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Illumination are really one of the few major studios that are kind of prioritizing original storytelling, particularly with animation.
And original.
Exactly.
Original stuff, yeah.
This is so different than anything else.
Yeah.
And I said, it is really quirky, but the story really surprised me about just how, the way it moves and stuff dramatically and comedically. That really did surprise me. What's it like for the both of you to be able to work on this kind of project where you get to build your characters and a world from the ground up, as opposed to working on something like a sequel or that's part of an IP or a franchise or something like that?
I found it really exciting because you have a few months to do it, and you put it very beautifully a few minutes ago. It's like you're speaking your essence into a balloon, and that balloon forms the shape of the character that you're playing. So I really felt that, because you in the beginning they show you when we signed on, you get like a little drawing of what you look like, and that evolves as your performance evolves. So over years you get to sort of find out who this character is, and you have the freedom to make them more specific or get ideas over, such a long period of time. So I found that to be exciting. I think all movies should take 5 years to make.
Yeah. Yeah, if the time was there, it would be great. I mean, there's so many movies, it could be polished up so much better. Our time is running up, but I do have one more question, and I do like to ask this one of people who are doing vocal roles. Is there anything in doing voice performance that you learn in doing a role like this that you're able to use in a live action performance? Is there anything that you learn about yourself, about your performance style or anything like that?
I find it's always a good reminder of how physicality creates intention. I remember I was working with Kevin Smith, the director, and I was just walking away from camera, and he said, "You know what? On this line, like, throw your arm up." And I thought, oh, okay. It wasn't like natural for me to like do that, but I was like, and then I have to go out, and it's like, wow, that really did add something, to the moment. And it's a good reminder because you really have to bring a lot of physicality to voice work in a way that, when the camera's right here, you kind of don't want to move at all.
That's right.
and that it really adds a lot. It reminds me more of theater work than of film work, frankly.
I love that. Look, our time is up. You are both, again, so wonderful. It's been a particular pleasure for me to speak with both of you. You're both so great. Thank you so much, and all the best with the movie. And enjoy your day. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Have fun in Tokyo.
Travel safe.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care.
Go, go, go!